These are taxpayer dollars going to another country that people believe there was corruption with the new administration. I think it was the rightful thing to do. Speaking with those in Ukraine and the president himself, he's never asked for American men or women to be in a battle. All he's ever asked for is give us the opportunity to defend ourselves. Don't let us fight with sticks. Provide them the armament earlier to deter Putin from ever making this decisions.
The aid was supposedly withheld because Ukraine, it was unclear with the new president coming in whether Ukraine had actually cleaned up its corruption.
Much better lethal aid for Ukraine over the last decade would have really helped a lot here.
It was all done in a way that was consistent with the mission of making sure the aid ultimately gets to Ukraine, and that things are done in the best interest of the United States, done in the best interest of Ukraine, and that all happened.
It would have been nice too, frankly, if maybe that $85 billion in equipment and weapons that was left behind in Afghanistan, if some of that were in Ukraine right now to help these freedom fighters.
President Trump was rightfully skeptical about the Ukrainians. Their country has a history of corruption, and he merely wanted the Europeans to contribute more to a problem in their own backyard. The Ukrainians should be free to join any alliances they choose. The land that the Russians took, both Crimea and the current land, should be given back to Ukraine. That should be starters for any negotiation. I just wish that Biden had that kind of resolve, and I wish that Biden was as resolute in defending freedom as Zelensky is.
The president is absolutely right to expect that taxpayer monies will be stewarded when we give aid in any form to a foreign country. I think we do have a responsibility not to send our sons and daughters, but to provide the support and the lethal aid necessary for the Ukrainians to defend their freedom and independence.
The law that requires that he ensure that corruption is being rooted out before taxpayer money goes to a country like that.
There were things that Ukraine was asking for in advance. I mean, look, they slow-walked anti-tank missiles. They still don't have enough of those.
The aid package is mentioned. Right. You have no problem with any of this?
I have zero problems with this phone call.
Even with that sequencing?
I just told you, I have zero problems with this phone call. There is no quid pro quo here.
How do you help the Ukraine? Send them weapons, really lethal weapons, night vision goggles, Stinger missiles, Javelin missiles to deal with tanks and airplanes.